Just 1 second. Okay, I don't think I'm on air. Am I on air? Okay. Okay. I think there was a bit of an issue. Now we are on air. So yes, now we are on air. Sorry, apologies. I know, what the issue. What I was telling you is, I know that a lot of you would have angst about what happened today. Uh, is the chat option disabled here all of a sudden? There used to be a chat option. I'll just try to see where that's gone. But anyway, 1 second. I'm just trying to figure out where's the chat option gone because used to uh, you used to send me chat, so I don't know where it's gone. Uh, just 1 second. I think there's some issue here. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. So now everything is sorted. So I know a lot of you would have angst today about what was happening with the option prices and how things panned out. I think it's really disgusting, honestly, if you ask me. There's no accountability. There's no responsibility. There is just the entire day has passed. A lot of people would have sold options yesterday. Many of them would have wanted to book profit in the morning. They could not have been able to do it. Many of them would have been sitting on big losses and would have wanted to cover, but they would have seen their losses only balloon up a lot, especially all the put sellers. So in that sense, it's a bit of a shame what happened today. So I know a lot of you would have booked losses today, and you have my sympathies. Honestly, I think time has come that we have some accountability for what happened today, either with the NSE or with the brokers, whoever it was. But there has to be some kind of accountability on what happened today. So what essentially happened was that I was looking at the Bank Nifty options, and prices were all over the place, and a lot of people bought at market order. Now, that's also another lesson after today's fiasco. Every fiasco teaches a new lesson. I think today's lesson is don't buy options at market orders. Put a limit order. Max to max, put 10 rupees higher than the last traded price. If you have a feeling that the market's running away and you will not get your order, put a put a limit order, but don't put a market order. Market orders are very risky because in market orders you are vulnerable to be trapped into a fat finger error as well. So, we all think that this will not happen to us, but who knows? This is a day that you would have realized that this could happen to us as well, or to anyone. So that is why always trade options at limit orders and not market orders. Okay, point number one. Point number two. Uh, what happened with the Bank Nifty? Was the Bank Nifty down because of this uh, because of this issue, or was there something else? These are two separate issues. You know, I know a lot of people would have blamed the options fiasco, but that was not really the reason the market was falling or the Bank Nifty was falling. And the Bank Nifty is falling because it's sort of hit its logical target. 21,500, you will remember, is the target that I've been giving for some time now. That it's headed there. That's the level at which it will face resistance. Now, 21,500 is where the big seller comes in, because if 21,500 is conquered on a closing basis, in that case, the market has no resistance. The Bank Nifty has no resistance right up to 200-day moving average, which is about 26 or 27,000. So I think the big seller really has to protect this mark. And that's why from yesterday's high till now, you've seen violent selling in the Bank Nifty. Uh, does does this mean that the Bank Nifty's rally is over now? I think I would still want to call it more of a pause than a halt. I think halt gets confirmed if you start to give up half of the rally. So gain about 4,000 points, or given up 1,000 points, that's okay. If you start to give up another 1,000 points or more, then perhaps you can call it a halt. But till then, I won't really call it a halt. And this might be markets way of getting more shots, and then perhaps move on. Now, what's interesting in the futures of options data today is that FIs have sold index futures after a long time, but they have not created fresh shorts. Selling that you have seen is essentially long unwinding. So, which is not necessarily bad news for the market because it makes the market a bit light. The long unwinding, the market was net long. I think it's still net long, but the net long percentage has come down. So, shorts are still there. Also, what was interesting is today you've seen, of course, today was expiry, but you've seen a lot of unwinding of the put shorts. Now, how much of this was purely today's option, and how much is monthly options, we won't know. But that's another factor. Now, I mean, if you take a look at what's happened to the market, we are still up for this month. We are still up 4.7%. Let's not forget that. And on the Bank Nifty, we're still up about 5.7%. So that's the extent of rally that we've had. So that's why I think there's some profit taking which is happening, which may not necessarily be a bad thing. View on Bharti Airtel. Look, I maintain the point that I made closing bell as well. First of all, you got to be careful of all these deals which get announced, or the news which gets announced, especially on or around expiry day. All of a sudden at 3 p.m. there's a news that Amazon is buying into Bharti. If that was the case, why would Bharti promoter just sell his stake 1 week back? And you know what? Like I've been saying, Bharti is a great company. It's a great stock, and it's in a bull market of its own. I have been very positive on Bharti since 300, but now it's a consensus trade, and that's why it's perhaps going to face some resistance. 610 is where it will face a lot of resistance. Pharma, you must have read my blog. I've spoken about it. Pharma has been a sector where, you know, honestly, I call the rally right at the turning point. And by luck or coincidence, COVID was the trigger, but sector had a lot of value. Uh, but in pharma, top-down rally is over, at least for the time being. What you have is now a bottom-up rally. So you will see pharma rally, but you will see it restricted to individual stocks now for some time. After that, once the averages catch up, you will see a second round of buying in the pharma index itself, which will lift everything up. So that is how it will happen. Okay. ITC, well, ITC has started to see a lot of buying. I think it's a value buying from 140 to 200, just stunning buying. It became just too oversold, perhaps too good to be true. Bank is good for investment, Piyush. Okay, I mean, at the end of the day, if the Indian market has to go up, banks have to go up. So if your view is that the Indian market will go up, in that case, yes, bank this is also good. PVR, well, PVR, my view has been very clear that at some point, if it will become a great buy, if not already, because I don't buy this theory that movies will shift to OTT platform. No OTT platform can afford Shah Rukh Khan or Amitabh Bachchan movies or Hrithik Roshan movies where you have to earn 200 to 50 crores just to reimburse the costs with all these stars get. So I think this is a lot of nonsense. uh, PVR has built a great franchise. It's going to be a great company. I think 10 years from here you would look at the uh, fall and say, okay, perhaps that was a great buying opportunity. In next 10 year, PVR would be an index stock. Make no mistake about it. I'm very confident about it. So that's why I think the only problem is that yeah, does it fall in the near term more? I don't know. South Indian Bank, I don't know what's happening. A lot of people said that the 30-40% rally which has happened on South Indian Bank. Yes, I missed it. Indigo, I think Indigo is a stock where you want to use rallies to lighten your positions. Idea, I think absolutely don't get trapped into idea. I know a lot of people are saying a lot of great things about idea. All of these things would vanish once idea is taken out of F&O, if and when that happens. I remember the great stories they were on Arcom, on Suzlon. what happened. I think so. Don't get into this. I mean, if, a lot of you would say that we have already doubled our money. Good for you. Good for you. Funds work, but there are times when they do not work. So got to be careful. Z, I don't know. I think there's something buzzing here, something brewing here. I don't know what that is, but obviously all of a sudden the stock has started to see a lot of rally. So I don't know. Blog link, my blog, I don't write blogs anymore, but whenever I write, they're always there on CNBC-TV18 .com. So that's where you can check them. So, guys, okay, for tomorrow, what should be your trading strategy? What should be your trading orientation? I think obviously we would look at tomorrow's market internals afresh. But I think the Bank Nifty, just keep an eye on the decline which has started once again on the Bank Nifty because uh, from yesterday's high, it's now slipped about 1,000 points. It is still up quite a bit. I mean, it's such a massive rally. On 22nd of May, it was at 17,278. It had exactly a 4,000 point rally. So it's giving up some. Actually, from close to close basis, it's what has it given up? Hardly anything. So I think it's still uh, a uptrend. The uptrend gets negated only below 19,300. So I think we've still got another 1,000 points to go before the uptrend gets arrested. So, and on the bank, on the Nifty, I think I still maintain that we have 10,450 as the zone, which is unfinished business. And just like 9950 to 8,000 was such a massive resistance for the market on the way down, it took so much time for the market to take out this zone. Like you saw today, it's not going to be easy to break that. 9950 to 10,000 is likely to remain a very strong support for the market. So I think every time the market goes to 9950, now you take a leap of faith and buy with a 100-point stop loss and hope for the 10,400 mark on the Nifty. There are a lot of stocks strong there, like Reliance, like Larsen and Tubro. So many stocks doing well. ITC is doing well. IT stocks made a comeback today. In fact, the entire digital pack made a comeback today. Bharti, Idea, Reliance, all the IT stocks. So let's see. Okay, so everyone, thanks a lot for tuning in. And of course, we will come back tomorrow and address a lot of your queries. And once again, my sympathies for those of you who lost money today in the Bank Nifty options because of what was happening. But these things happen in the market. Thanks a lot. Good night. We'll see you tomorrow.